Okay, did you work on these problems before you found this answer video? I hope so. Let's see what you did. Let's look at problem 1. By the way, do you see an equal to sign in any of these problems? Good. That's why the directions are simplified. Cool? Okay, so there's nothing to move around. We are just going to do our order of operations. So look at problem number 1. So I'm noticing there's parentheses. We're going to have to get rid of them. Agreed? And in front of this parenthesis, what do you see? Yeah, there's a -1 in front of it. And what's the operation between that 1 and that parenthesis? Good, multiplication, which means to get rid of this, you're going to have to distribute, aren't you? This other parenthesis? Yeah, gratefully they put a 2 in front of it, so I don't have to write the 1 like I did over here. So what do you do to get rid of that parenthesis? You're right, you're going to have to distribute again and twice because there's 2 terms inside. So let's start at the beginning and move our way across the board, so to speak. What do I write first? Yes, 11W, because I need to remember it, so it's staying put. And now I come across this distribution. Good, so a -1 times a +2. Good, -2. And then a -1 times a -4W. +4W. Excellent. Done with that. Good. Then I still have this +13. And then I come across this multiplication with the parentheses. So another distribution, right? Okay. So what do we get? We have this +2 or this +2 times W. Good. +2W. And then times this -1 is going to be a -2. Very good. Excellent. So far, so good? Okay, so parentheses are gone. Order of operations says take care of those first. And for us to take care of them, I had to do a multiplication step as well. Distribution. Good? Okay. No exponents in there, no roots in there, nothing else to multiply or divide in there. So I guess I'm just down to addition and subtraction. So I'm going to combine like terms. So let's see. I have this 11W. I have this +4W. And I have this +2W. Remember what I mentioned in the lecture video. If you need to, you're going to work on it like you've got 2 separate simplifying problems to deal with. So 11W plus 4W plus 2W. What do we get here? Yeah, that makes 15. That makes 17W. Agreed? Okay. But you also have these guys. You have a -2 or -2, and then you have a +13 and another -2. So write it down. If you need to work it as 2 separate simplifying problems, then that's what you do. So what do we get? We have -2 plus 13, 11, and 11 minus 2, 9. So is this a positive or a negative? Yeah, that's a positive. So when I put my 2 simplifying problem answers together, I end up with the final result of being 17W plus 9. Good? Okay on that simplifying? Good. This is the key for some of us, right here. Just working it like 2 simplifying problems and then putting the 2 answers back together. Okay? And if that helps you, then please do it. And if you're like, I don't need to do it, then don't do it. You know who you are. Okay, let's look at this one. So, first things first, parentheses. Tell me, what do I end up doing here? Good, distributing. What do you end up getting? Good, I'm hearing you. -6y and then -9. Good. The -1's outside the parentheses, so it stays as is. And then I come across this -4, but this -4 is multiplied by the parentheses, isn't it? Okay, so that means you have to do a distribution here also, don't you? So tell me what you get. -4y -24. Excellent. And then you have this plus 2y at the end. It's not inside the parentheses. It's not going to change, is it? Okay. So parentheses are done. Multiplication is done because I had to do multiplication in order to get rid of these parentheses, right? So I'm left with addition and subtraction. So I'm left with just combining like terms. So again, let's look at them separately. I have this minus 6y. I have this 4y with a minus sign in front of it, and I have this 2y with a plus sign in front of it. So if you need to, you write it as its own little simplifying problem. Good? Okay. So what's negative 6y minus 4y? Negative 10. Excellent. And then plus 2? Yeah. Negative 8y. Good. Excellent. But then I've got these numbers that don't have any variables, so they get to be combined. So we have a minus 9, and then I have a minus 1, and then I have a minus 24. So if I write it out as its own little problem, stay off the calculator. So it's minus 9 minus 1, negative 9 minus 1, I should say, excuse me. Good, negative 10. And what's negative 10 minus 24? Good, minus 34. With me? Okay, you're ready to put the two answers back together for one answer. So you have a negative 8y minus 34 for this particular problem. How are we doing? Is this making sense? Does it help to kind of separate them out and then put the two answers back together? Wonderful. Okay, if you didn't do this problem yet, pause the video here and come back when you're done. Okay, I'm assuming you're done because you started the video again. So here we go. Let's see if you follow along. I get negative 5b minus 10. And then, good, the plus 3b stays as is because it's outside the parenthesis. And then I come across this minus 2 being multiplied to the parentheses. So, distribution again. So I get negative 2 minus, or I should say minus 2 minus 10b. And then the plus 6 stays the same because it's outside the parenthesis. It's not going to get affected, is it? Okay. All right. Parentheses are taken care of. We took care of them by doing this multiplication problems. There's no division. There's no exponent. I guess addition and subtraction is all that's left, right? So let's look at our like terms. I have this negative 5b. I have this plus 3b. And I have this minus 10b. So if I write the out as its own little simplifying problem, let's see what we get. So it's negative 5 plus 3. Negative 2 minus 10, negative 12b. Got it. But I have a second simplifying problem in here, shall I say. We have this minus 10, that minus 2, and a plus 6. So if you literally write it as its own little simplifying problem, you have negative 10 minus 2, negative 12 plus 6. There you go, minus 6. Ready to put them back together? So the answer, this answer for simplifying problem number 3 is negative 12b minus 6. Does that make sense? I'm hoping this technique helps you. I'm a visual person, so I know it helps me a lot. Hope you have fun with it. Go back, rewind, review if needed. And I'll catch you on the flip side.